It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Okay, so how do the new stats work? Let's discuss them a little bit just to see if there's anything crazy, interesting, anything that jumps out at us as awkward or weird. Let's just go over them real quick. So toughness reduces all incoming damage from enemies when health is low. Applies to all damage types, physical, magical, and pure, except health loss. So there are some heroes that just suck health, that just reduce health by a percentage. A formula determines the percentage of damage reduction. Toughness divided by toughness plus enemy's main stat times 100. So it is the same formula as the dodge formula and the critical hit formula. So the formula determines the percentage of damage reduction. All right. So when health is low, I guess is the question. Like, what number is that? Is it 30%? Is it 40%? Is it below 50% health? Whenever your hero that has toughness gets below a certain point, they get a damage reduction modifier. If your hero has the toughness stat, let's say you get a 10% toughness. Let's say you have 10% toughness against the enemy's Satori. Okay. Whenever that enemy Satori hits you, when you're below a certain health threshold, the damage you receive is reduced by a percentage. That percentage is based on the enemy's main stat compared to your toughness stat. Magical critical hits is the same formula as critical hit and dodge. Not surprised that it's the same formula as critical hit and dodge. However, I am surprised at the damage modifier. Grants the hero a chance to deal increased magical damage, activates only when dealing magical damage, right? Makes sense. Physical damage for critical hits, magic damage for magic critical hits. Pure damage at right now does not have the ability to critical hit. Magical critical hit damage is 2.5 times stronger than regular damage. This is 50% stronger than a physical critical hit. This surprised me. This really, really surprised me. The mage heroes naturally have a higher magic attack than the average physical attacking hero. Okay, take a look at magic attack artifact weapons for heroes. Take a look at physical attack artifact weapons for heroes. Overall, a magic damage dealing hero has higher magic attack than a physical damage dealing hero, which is why I'm very surprised that there's a 2.5 times multiplier when there's only a 2 times multiplier on physical critical hits, all right? 2x versus 2.5x. Additionally, physical critical hits can be dodged. Physical critical hits can be dodged by heroes such as Aurora, Dante, etc. Magic critical hits cannot be dodged. They can only be reduced by magic defense. Now, something to remember is magic defense reduces magic damage by a percentage. Okay, so it's not a set value that it reduces it by a percentage of the total damage dealt. Very curious that it's 2.5. I thought that it was going to be less than double. If you guys remember when we first discussed magical critical hit chance, when this was revealed to us a week or two ago, or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, I thought that the modifier was going to be less than double. I thought this is crazy. I saw this morning and I was like, wow, mage teams just got a nice little leg up. Griff says, it's not like every mage has crit chance, and Octavia does grant some magic dodge. That is true. One hero does provide magic dodge. Magic reflection is why this modifier is higher. The hero gets a chance to reflect a portion of magic damage back onto the enemy. The hero is dealt no damage in this case. So you immediately stop all damage. By the way, same formula as critical hit, dodge, and magical critical hit, as well as toughness. It's the same formula based on the enemy's main stat, okay? If you reflect magic damage, your hero takes 0 damage. However, a percentage is reflected back to the enemy that attacked you, okay? Only activates when receiving magical damage. Physical and pure damage is not reflected. Makes sense. This is activated under stun, but it is not activated under silence. So stunned enemies can reflect. Silenced enemies cannot reflect. Very straightforward. So the way that this works is you take your hero's magic reflection stat, you compare it with the opponent's main stat. That gives you a percentage, a 10% number, a 25% number, a 33% number. Whatever the formula is, you reflect that percentage of the magic damage back onto the enemy that sent you the magic attack. If you get magically critically hit and you reflect the damage, your hero takes 0 damage, and the opponent takes a percentage of that critical hit damage. With all of that being said, Octavia is getting toughness, Anvari is getting magic reflection, Alvanor is getting magical critical hit chance, Darkstar is getting crushing, which is not listed here, toughness for Thea, and magical critical hit chance for Arachne. What I find very interesting is you don't typically think of Arachne as a damage dealer, and Arachne for a long time was an agility hero. Okay, she's an intelligence hero now, but I think that in the world of control heroes, in the world of mages, I think Arachne's magic attack is less than other similar mages. Alvanor certainly will have a higher use case of magical critical hit chance than Arachne will, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't compared numbers. So I could be off. I could be off there. I am very interested in Thea's toughness health skin. I think that is the clear winner here. I think Thea's toughness health skin is the clear winner here. I think all 6 of these talismans, again, we're talking about Hero Wars Alliance stuff here. All 6 of these talismans will end up being the talismans that everybody uses. I think they will be. I think all of the talismans that ultimately give these new stats will be the go-to talisman for all new heroes. That's my thought. 100%. The value of the damage reduction and the damage enhancement, the value of the reflect, like just the sheer value of that, the way that that's going to disrupt the current teams, I believe these are going to be the talismans that everybody should be using. I don't like that. That's how Hero Wars is. Every couple of months, something changes, invalidates things, changes popular team lines up. The 3 best teams to use gets, one team gets dropped. The other 2 teams are modified a little bit. I think that Octavia is probably a very close second to me, but personally, I think the toughness and health skin is a big win. I do. I'm sorry. A toughness and health talisman for Thea is the biggest win. Darkstar seems good. I like all of them. I think the one that I like the least, the Alvanor talisman, I don't see him doing a lot of damage in my Way of Nature teams. Very interesting set of talismans, though. I'm looking forward to seeing the next set, because what's going to happen here is we're going to get a lot of game data. We're going to get a lot of dev input from people that are using these heroes. I wonder who's going to get crushing next. I want Kark to get crushing.